Hi, everyone. Just thought I'd jump on and just say, had some thoughts about some things. Hang on here. Plug this little bitch in. Sorry about that. Got it plugged in. But saw one of my brother's posts and what he did, and got me thinking. Hey, Rick, how you doing? And so I wanted to talk about imprints of your life, what you leave on the world. Um, Hang on here. People seem to can't find me. How you doing, Ghost Brother? But I wanted to talk about imprints. Got me thinking. Ghost, your one video got me thinking, and I was thinking of doing this a while ago, so it kind of kicked me in the ass. Um, a long time ago, I was sitting thinking about what imprints that I make on life. How did I change the world? If I were to die today, what would happen? What kind of imprint did I make? Well, and I thought about it a lot, and then I thought about it a lot today, and this is what I came up with. I took a landmark class, a bunch of landmark forum classes, 2014, 2015, and it got me to realize the stuff I do on a local level, community level, and it just grows, it snowballs. And I work with a organization. I ride with nonprofit organizations, and the things I have done, like the Renaissance Festival, the money raised there, um, you know, motorcycle rides for the Legacy Scholarship Fund, for the American Legion. I've raised money for those kids. It benefits the kids of fallen soldiers since 2011. So we raised over $1 million for that in over 10, just about 10 years. Um, so thinking about that, what imprints have I made in the world? What has my life done? What have I done in the world? Well, one, I got three grandkids. So I leave my mark behind on three grandkids. I'm their papa, and I mean the world to them. I've got two kids from my first wife, three kids from my current wife, and I've made a lasting impression on all of them. Well, she should be able to type in. I've got live comments on. It should be on. And so I made an impression on my two kids because I'm the only dad they ever knew. I came into their life when they were 1 and 6. So I made an impression there. Um, with my current wife's three kids. again, I'm a father figure. I've taught them things. I've shown them things. They were interested in things. Even though I'm not interested, I showed interest in them. You know, hey, tell me about this. Show me this. How do you do this? They're into magic. I'm not. So I watch them play magic. Not a big deal. Kind of fun. Got to stop the fights once in a while. You know, so there's, you know, five, eight things right there that I've made an impression on in the world. And so then, okay, I have to restart that later. Um, Funny to start doing a broadcast, your laptop does. You got to restart. Not right now. I'm not. So that right there in family, I've made a huge imprint. Um, I'm going to be remembered that way. The things I've done, and Jesus, okay, I'm going to kill this goddamn thing. Things keep going off. There we go. Um, so then I started thinking, okay, how else did I make an imprint on the world? What else have I done? Well, when you think about local in your community, I've done, I raised money through the Minnesota Renaissance Festival through the Shakopee JCs, raised money through that, um, raised money for the Legacy Scholarship Fund to benefit kids of fallen soldiers since 9/11. And we've done so well, they've opened it up to emergency responders as well. Um, so I've been doing a lot of that. So every time I go on a run for the Legion or the Legion Riders, I'm raising money for their veteran programs, the Legacy Scholarship Fund, um, Wounded Warrior. I do a lot of that stuff. With the JCs, I do a lot of fundraising. I work a lot of events like Rock the Garden and the Minnesota Renaissance Festival, which I'm going to be a pub master this year. And the money we raise there to all these other events we do through the JCs gets stated to a charity, for each event that we do. And one thing we're trying to do is figure out to raise a fundraiser for the Ukraine. Not easy to figure out. So we'll probably pull together other projects, and whatever money we can bring in for on our tips, we'll just probably donate over to the Ukraine. So locally, in the community, I made an impact, which turns into the state. So what I did locally and community has gone into the state, made a difference throughout the state. Um, very, and that's indirect. I haven't done anything directly other than the fundraising. So indirectly, I made an impact through the state. Well, then if you think about it, more when you go more nationally, okay, the programs we've raised money and donated to, yeah, it helps the state, but now you put that money into the fund, the general fund for those programs, you're helping nationally, you know. So that's another way I've made an impact indirectly. And I've even done globally indirectly because there was money raised for hurricanes and the wildfires in Australia. You know, all I was a part of some of that, but not all of it. So, and all that went globally, worldwide. So, and I'm trying not to say like one other creator that we know kind of poked fun with one time. Um, yep, there it goes. That's twice. Is but K3. So when I sat down and thought about it, and actually thought about it, I have really, really made a difference in other people's lives, and that feels really good here. It really does. Um, to know I made that big of a difference when I didn't even think I'd amount to anything. It just okay, I'm here. You know. So what imprints have you made in the world, whether it be your family, locally, community, statewide, national, world? I mean, one of the things I was taught was you start small and work your way bigger. Um, this show or video is another imprint that I'm making. I mean, if one person watching here or later will go, gee, I didn't think of that, and starts acting on a local community level, then works their way up, um, then I made an imprint. There was one person I know, haven't talked to for a couple of years, but when we were in Landmark, in the last class I was in, we had to create a project, get it going, and hand it off to someone to finish it, to take over. Well, my project was called Safe Ride, get people home safe. Didn't go. Um, so, um, but my classmate did stuff for Fort Snelling here in the cities, and what she did was talk to them, and they were refurbishing the barracks to get for homeless people. She talked to them, found out what they would need, and got bedding and cooking pots and pans, utensils. She got each one of those barracks furnished for the homeless people, and when they left, they got to keep what was in that unit, and then they would just come in and refurnish it. I worked with one of those people that was in the Fort Snelling barracks that stayed there. And I asked him, I said, did you stay at the Fort Snelling barracks? And he said, yes. I said, was it furnished for you, like bedding, cookware, all that? He goes, it was. It was fully furnished. I said, how, um, what did you think about that? He goes, I really appreciated it. I loved it. I didn't have a place to go. I was homeless and I ended up here. And hi sis, how you doing? And I said, um, I know the gal that ran that project to make sure that all those units were furnished. And he looked at me and goes, tell her I said thank you very much. It means a lot. And he was in tears. So when I saw her next, I relayed that message to her. And she started crying. She didn't think it made that big of an impact on anybody. It did. It made an impact on homeless vets or the homeless that was living around there at the time. So um, that was that was fun to see how what one person did, how it um, how do I put it, how it affected somebody else, and that was just astonishing. My project never got going, so I never got to see those results. But working with the Legacy Scholarship Fund, doing that ride, I get to see those results. I see the kids that it's going to help. Um, I see the parents of those kids when they're thankful that their kids will have money to go to college. So that I see. What I don't see is the stuff that I've done indirectly, you know, which is hard because you don't think you've made an impact. Well, reality, you know, you have, you know. So ask yourself, what have you done to make an impact? What have you done to make a change in this world? It doesn't have to be um, something big. It doesn't. I mean, you start small and work your way up. Like I said, I've started with my kids, then my wife's, my second wife's kids, my current wife, you know. So I've done that, and then I've started working in the community doing things, and then I started going statewide, and then it just went national because the money raised there ends up going to national, and it helps everybody. So just ask yourself, what have you done to make an imprint? What have you done to change something in the world or someone's life? Have you made people smile, laugh? Have you made a lasting memory on them? Oh, I bet you have. I can guarantee it. XX and we go way back to the sixth grade. We've been friends for a good chunk of our lives. We're brothers. Um, there's a good imprint right there. There's a lasting one. We'll never, ever forget the stuff we've been through. I mean, the good times or the bad. Sorry, tickling my throat. So there's a good example right here in the chat. And I'm making another imprint with my sister Gloria. So and that's more on a global level, but also on a personal level too, if you think about it. But yeah, think about what have you done? Sit down tonight or tomorrow, weekend, whatever, and just think about what have you done to make a change or an imprint, and you'll be surprised of what you come up with, the different things you've done and how they affect people. You'd be amazed. I never ever thought that the things I've done would have affected so many people. It feels wonderful inside. It really, really does. I love you too, sis. It just like that. I don't know how much of an impact I'm making on you, sis. I can only relay it in my head. But from our conversations, I can tell it's pretty big. I've got friends. I got a friend in Ohio that I talked to. We've been trying to hook up on the phone for almost a month now, and it just his work schedule and my work it's not working. Um, we'll get it. We'll figure it out. You know, I keep telling him not to fall on any more bells because he hurt it. He slipped and fell on a small cast iron bell or something and hurt his shoulder. Now he's got that all fixed up and dealing with that. You know, but Gloria and Rick, what about your kids? How have you made an imprint with your kids? Give you know you give birth. Well, Rick, you can't give birth, but you know what I mean. And you got to raise them. You got to instill values and morals in them. That you were raised with. And if you didn't like something your parents did, you change it, but you're going to instill that on your child or in your child. You know, um, so there's a huge impact right there because when they have kids, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to teach what they've learned. Hey, my dad did this. My mom used to do this, and I do this. So why do you do this? Because my mom and dad did that. My dad kicked my ass when I screwed up. He shouldn't have done that, but I never did it again. I turned out all right, you know. So, I mean, there's a good example. Some kids had the belt taken to them. Not me. Not me. I just got a big fat spanking. Oh, there's a bad spot there. Okay. So yeah, think about it. You know, oh, and I took my um, hair tie out, so I had my long hair flowing out. Keeps breaking off. I want to just let it hang free tonight. So, but yeah, think about it. What have you done? Small, local, state. Just think about it, and you'll be surprised at how it adds up, and how what you've done directly and what you've done indirectly just adds up, and how many people you've affected. I figure I've impacted well over a couple hundred people, and that's indirectly. And just this seeing the outcome was so rewarding, and you know, knowing that I had a small part in that. You know, right now, me and my wife, or my wife and I, are dog fosters, and we've got, well, we're on our third foster. One has already been adopted. One is the current one isn't all that bright. I mean, must take after you, Rick. Um, yeah, and Gloria, your son. I mean, you had your son. That's a permanent change right there. I mean, you can't change that. You had him, you know, but look what you've done raising him. Look at the work you've put in raising him. I can I can almost say that, pretty much say that you are a very proud mom at the way he's turned out. Not so much with him being lazy around the house and needs a little kick in the ass, but all in all, from what I've been hearing, he's turned out to be a pretty good kid. You know, So, but yeah, think about it. Make a list, and you'll be surprised at what things you've done has changed so many people. But like I said, we're fostering. First dog is after the third dog dominance thing. I don't get it. Us us men just go out in the woods and just pee and just cross streams or something, and that's our dominance thing. You know, um, dogs. I just don't get it. First one's a male, the second one's a female, third one's a male, and I just don't get it. You know, but we're changing lives in dogs because they need a place to stay till they get adopted out. So we take in one or two until they get adopted out. Then we take more in. So there's another way I'm changing, making an impact. And when those dogs get adopted out, you're making a change in the people's lives that adopt that dog. You know, um, another way you can make an impact is kicking someone's ass that deserves it when they come into your yard or your property and start taking shit. There's an impact for you. So, but yeah, think about it and see what you come up with. You're going to be very surprised, you know. And I'm going to say this like every other creator, you know, hit the like button, tell your friends, have them come subscribe, drop a comment in the comment section, blah, 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 blah. I'm not doing this to get rich or anything. I'm doing it because I want to do it. I like to do it. If I get big, I get big. If I don't, I don't. Yeah, that's what she said. You know. So yeah, think about it. Make your list and you'll be surprised. And I know I'm repeating myself because I don't have anything else to say. You know, other than I'm drinking my Zevia and wishing I had a beer and having one of my brothers who was on earlier to come on and do a show with and do some BSing and see what we come up with sometime. Rick and I need to get on and do a show because he's got some things he wants to air out, and I want to give him a platform for that. Coffee, beer. Coffee, beer. There's no way coffee can be a beer. Absolutely no way. Nope. I said no, so it can't happen. And you're going to prove me wrong. I've seen the pictures of that can. I'm sorry, it's not beer. It probably tastes pretty crappy too. You know what Guinness tastes like? Cold coffee. You know, so. But Rick, ask yourself how you've made an impact. What you know when you look at your wife and kids. You think I have two chat sites? Not that I know of. Just got this one, and it's broadcast on YouTube. So, or whatever I see here is what you're typing in. If there's another one, I don't know. Um, Let's see. Hmm. Canada's internet sucks. That's what I'm going to say. Um, and my buddy XS said that. No, he didn't, but I'm just gonna blame it on him because I can. um, Another thing, Gloria, too, from reading Discord is you might have to go out and um, just close it out, the video out, refresh, and then maybe go back in. Although I've noticed a lot on YouTube that you have to refresh kind of often here and there. I know they suck. They got to get on the ball. But you can see me. I can see you. Well, I can see you in the chat. And yeah, yeah. Just next time that happens, just refresh, and it should work. It did that to me the other day on. Um, it was actually this morning. It happened to me in Hollywood show. I couldn't get in this. I couldn't see new comments. I couldn't see people coming in. I couldn't see the likes. I refreshed once or twice, and then boom, there you go. Everything was working. You know, um, so no, just you. You're the only one that's commenting. There we go. So, but I'm going to leave you with that. And if there's something you want me, a show you want me to do, or a topic you want me to touch on, let me know, and I'll do it. Research it and do it. But make sure you hit the like button and comment, drop a comment. All fun stuff, um, type thing. So, but we'll catch you back. We'll catch you later, and I will have another show coming up. I got a few other shows I want to do. So, so hit me up. We'll chat at you later.